Hello students. In the previous class we studied about algae and their classification. Today we will be studying about bryophytes. Bryophytes includes liverworts and mosses. This is the picture of liverwort. These are called as mosses, pachigalu, mainly found in compound walls, rocks, etc. Okay, so coming to the characteristic feature, bryophytes are found in moist shaded areas. ವೆಟ್ ನೆರಳಿದ್ದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಬೆಳೀತದೆ. They are also called as amphibians of plant kingdom. I think you have heard about amphibians. Example, frog. Why frog is called as amphibian? Because it lives both in land and water. Frog can live in land as well as water. ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಬದುಕಬಹುದು, ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಬದುಕಬಹುದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫ್ರಾಗನ್ನು ಆಂಫಿಬಿಯನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ದ ಬ್ರಯೋಫೈಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಆಂಫಿಬಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಲೀವ್ ಇನ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಬಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷುವಲ್ ರೀಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. Bryophytes are called as amphibians of plant kingdom because they live in the soil ಬಟ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ರೀಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್, ಸಂತಾನೋತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅದು ನೀರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಸಾಯಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬದುಕ್ತದೆ, ಬೆಳೆಯುವುದು ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷುವಲ್ ರೀಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಯಂಗ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ವಾಟರ್. So they are called as amphibians of plant kingdom because these plants survive both on land as well as in water. Okay, one mark important question: why bryophytes are called as amphibians of plant kingdom? Answer: because they live in soil but dependent on water for sexual reproduction. One more question. Okay. Next feature, the plant body is thallus-like structure. The plant body is thalloid, thallus-like structure, and prostrate or erect, that means straight, attached to the substratum. Substratum is the base, especially rock or soil, by unicellular or multicellular rhizoids. The plant body is thallus-like structure, thalloid, straight, attached to the base, either soil or rock, by unicellular or multicellular rhizoids. Rhizoids means, if you have seen ginger, ಶುಂಠಿ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಔಟ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. See, you can see a rhizoids in this picture. Small outgrowths, they are called as small hair-like structure, root-like structure are called as rhizoids. ಶುಂಠಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೊರಗಿರ್ತದೆ. Okay, these are called as rhizoids. Okay, so plant body is straight and attached to the base, either soil or rock, with the help of small root-like structures called as rhizoids. Okay, the main plant body of the bryophyte is haploid. They are n in number. The thallus, the plant body of the bryophyte, is haploid, n in number, single, haploid, but produce gametes. It produces male gamete and female gamete. That means there are two sex organs, male sex organ and female sex organ. Male plant is there, female plant is there. Okay, the plant body of the bryophyte, a single bryophyte, is haploid in number, n in number, but produce gametes, so it is called as gametophyte. Okay, haploid, produce gametes, so plant body of the bryophyte is called as gametophytic plant body. See, these plants shows alternation of generation. Some will be haploid, some will be diploid. Gametophyte will convert into sporophyte. Sporophyte will get converted into gametophyte. Gametophyte means production of gametes. Sporophyte means production of spores. Bijakagalu. Gametes means male gamete and female gamete. Example, male sperm and female egg. That is called as gametophyte, gametes. Sporophyte means production of asexual spores, bijakagaru. That is called as sporophytic. So plant shows, some variety of plant shows two generations. Some will be gametophytic, later getting converted into sporophytic, and some will be sporophytic, later getting converted into gametophytic. So here the bryophyte is a haploid body which produces gametes, so it is called as gametophytic. The bryophytes are haploid, produces gametes, so they are called as gametophytic. So plant body of bryophyte is gametophyte. So gametophytic means there should be two sex organs. One is male sex organ and second one is female sex organ. If the plant body is gametophyte, it should involve two sex organ. One is male sex organ and second one is female sex organ to produce the gametes. So sex organ in bryophytes are multicellular. Sex organ in bryophytes are multicelled. So male sex organ of bryophytes are called as antheridium. Male sex organ of bryophyte is called as antheridium. Produces biflagellates. Male sex organ of bryophyte is called as antheridium. Produce biflagellates. Biflagellates means two flagella. Other class I showed you what are flagella, hair-like structure. Biflagellate means two flagella. Using this flagella, the male sex organ can move inside the female body. So male sex organ is called as antheridium, produces biflagellates called as antherozoids. So altogether male sex organ is called as antherozoid in bryophyte. It produces biflagellate. It contains biflagellate. Because of that biflagellate, the male sex organ of bryophyte can move. Next, female sex organ of bryophyte is called as archegonium. Of bryophyte is called as archegonium. Archegonium are flask shaped structure. They look like a flask. Okay, it is a flask shaped structure, produces a single egg. Female sex organ is called as archegonium. It looks like a flask shaped structure and produces a single egg. Okay, this is about gametophyte, bryophytes. Male sex organ is called as antherozoid and female sex organ is called as archegonium. Antherozoid can move because of the presence of biflagellate. Now coming to the reproduction of bryophyte, I already said bryophytes are amphibians of plant kingdom. They live in soil, but for reproduction they move into water. So how they will move into water? Antherozoids. What are antherozoids? The male sex organs. These male sex organs are released into water. The gametes of antherozoids are released into water. They can move in water because they contain biflagellate. In the water, the antherozoids come in contact with archegonium. Archegonium is the female sex organ. Antherozoids are male sex organ which release gamete in water. They move in water because of the presence of biflagellate, come in contact with archegonium. What does archegonium consist? It contains of one single egg. So the gamete of antherozoid come in contact with the gamete of archegonium, that is egg, and they fuse together. They contact with each other. Antherozoid and archegonium contact with each other and produce a zygote. Single celled product called a zygote. The male sex organ travel in water, come in contact with archegonium, which is the female sex organ containing egg. They fuse with each other, come in close contact with each other and produces the zygote. The first cell, zygote, is produced. Now, I said plant body of bryophyte is gametophytic. Now, what happens next? Once zygote is produced, they do not undergo reduction division immediately. Also, I said plant body is haploid. Plant body is haploid and gametophytic. Haploid means they contain only n number of cells, but here zygote produces diploid. Why? The male gamete, n number of male gamete is fused with n number of female gamete. So n plus n will become 2n. Understanding reproduction. Remember, bryophyte plant body is haploid and gametophytic. They are n in number and produce male gamete and female gamete. So, during reproduction, the male gamete will come in contact with the female gamete and produce a diploid zygote, 2n zygote. But we want haploid plant body. So what happened? Zygote should undergo reduction division to produce n number of body. Now what we got zygote is 2n. That 2n should undergo meiosis. Meiosis means reduction, reducing division, so that we will get the n plant body. But what happens here is, immediately once zygote is formed, it does not undergo reduction division. We want a n number of plant body. Zygote is 2n, but as soon it is formed, it will not undergo reduction division. Instead, it will show alternation of generation. What will happen? Zygote will produce multicellular body called as sporophyte. Just now I said there will be alternation of generation in plants, gametophyte and sporophyte. Gametophyte means production of gametes, sporophyte means production of asexual spores, bijakagalu. So zygote, immediately instead of undergoing reduction division, meiosis, it will produce a multicellular body called as sporophyte. But what we want end product? We want a haploid body with the gametophytic plant body. But what happened to the zygote produced here? It underwent a sporophytic type of plant body. Now, sporophyte is not free living. Spores are already produced, but they are not free living. What happens? It is attached to the photosynthetic gametophytic. Now, which is gametophytic? Gametophytic is parent plant body. Are you understanding? Parent plant body is haploid and gametophyte. Tande tayi, haploid, n in number, and they are gametophyte. That means they can produce gametes, male gamete and ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್. ಈಗ ತಂದೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟನ್ನು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇನ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ತಾಯಿ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ ವಾಟರ್ ತಂದೆದು ಮೇಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಝೈಗೋಟ್. ಈ ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್. ತಂದೆ ಮತ್ತು ತಾಯಿ ಎನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಗೆಮಿಟೋಫೈಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಆದರೆ ಆ ಝೈಗೋಟ್, ಮಗು ಹುಟ್ಟುವ ಝೈಗೋಟ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 2n ಇನ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಅದು ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದು n ನಂಬರಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಗೆಮಿಟೋಫೈಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ದ ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ 2n in number and it is a sporophyte. It produces spores. Now, what sporophyte is produced, it will not be free living. It will live along with the parents. Antherozoid ಮತ್ತು ಆರ್ಕಿಗೋನಿಯಂ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬದುಕ್ತದೆ. Parents are gametophytic. They can produce their own food. So, it will live, it will be attached. The zygote sporophyte produced will be attached to the parent plant body and derives nourishment from it. ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಮಗು ತಾಯಿಯ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಾಗ ಆ ಮಗು ತಾಯಿ ಎಂತೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಂತದೆ ಅದರ ನರಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಅದು ಮಗು ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಯು ನೋ ಇಟ್. ಮಗು ತಾಯಿಯ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಾಗ ತಾಯಿ ತಿಂದದನ್ನು ಮಗು ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ನರಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಮದರ್ಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ಈ ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದರಿಂದ ನರಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಬೆಳೆಯೋ ತನಕ ಅದರಿಂದ ನರಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಪೇರೆಂಟಿಂದ ಆಹಾರವನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಅ ಸರ್ಟೈನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್, some cells of the sporophyte undergo reduction division to produce haploid spores. Zygote will not immediately undergo reduction division. It will develop into sporophyte. Sporophyte will remain attached to plant body for some time and attain nourishment from it. After a certain stage of growth, this sporophyte, that is 2n sporophyte, will undergo meiosis, reduction division, and produce haploid number of spores. Now, haploid spores sikkitu. These spores germinate to produce gametophyte. After that spores will develop, haploid spores, n number of spores will develop and produce gametophyte. So, the grown plant body will become n haploid and gametophytic. Now that also can produce male gamete and female gamete. Again the cycle continues. The male gamete get released in water, come in contact with the female gamete, produce zygote. Again zygote will be 2n in number. They will develop into sporophyte. Sporophyte will remain attached to the parent plant body. After certain time, the sporophyte will undergo reduction division and produce n number of spores. That spores then develop, germinate to produce gametophyte. So totally the plant body will be haploid gametophytic. I hope you understood. If you have any doubt, you can contact me personally. This is about bryophytes. Coming to the importance of bryophyte, economic importance of bryophyte. We studied about economic importance of algae. Here we'll be studying about economic importance of bryophytes. Okay, bryophytes provide food for mammal, bird and other animals. They are food for many mammals. Mammals means milk giving animals. Those who give milk to their babies, to their young ones, they are called as mammals, milk giving animals. So bryophytes are food for mammals, birds and some other animals like insects or something. Then, mosses and lichens are the first organisms to colonize rocks. Mosses, I said, bryophytes include mosses, pachigalu, and lichens. Lichens you have studied in the second chapter. They are the first living organism to colonize rock. What do you mean by colonizing rock? Break down the rock and form soil. Colonizing means breaking down the rocks to produce soil. They decompose the rock, making the substrate suitable for the growth of higher plants. Means they break down the rock and produce soil, so that in the soil other plants can grow. Angiosperms can grow. Angiosperms means the plants which produce flowers, they can grow in this particular soil. Okay, mosses and lichens are the organism which have the ability to decompose the rock and produce soil for the growth of other plants. Okay, along with that, mosses form dense mats on the soil. ಪಾಚಿಗಳು ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಅದು ಬದುಕ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. They look like a mat on the soil. Why they form a mat on the soil? They reduce the impact of falling rain and prevent soil erosion. You have heard about soil erosion. Soil erosion ಅಂದರೆ ಎಂತ? ಟಾಪ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಳೆಯುತ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋದು. Removal of topsoil from the earth because of heavy rainfall. So these mosses will form dense mat. ಹಾಗೇನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ನೀರು ಬಿದ್ದರೂ, ಮಳೆ ನೀರು ಬಿದ್ದರೂ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಟಾಪ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಇರೋಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಇರೋಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸಾಯಿಲ್. ಅದು ತಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. Because of that, the soil will not flow because of heavy rain. These are the economic importance of bryophytes. Then I said bryophytes are divided into two. One is liverworts and second one is mosses. Coming to the life cycle of liverworts and mosses. How do they live? Okay. First coming to liverworts. Liverworts are usually seen in moist, shady habitats. ವೆಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ, ಚಂಡಿದ್ದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ, ನೆರಳಿದ್ದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ, such as bank of streams, ನೀರು, marshy ground, damp soil, okay, marshy ground, waterlogged ground, ನೀರಿದ್ದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ, ಡ್ಯಾಮ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್, ಸ್ಲೈಟ್ಲಿ ನೀರಿದ್ದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಾರ್ಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್, ಕೊಂಬೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಮರಗಳ ಕೊಂಬೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ವುಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಆಫ್ liverwort is thalloid. It will be having thallus-like structure. Now, the thallus is dorsiventral and closely oppressed to the substrate. Thallus is dorsiventral. See, there are two sides of our body. One is dorsal. Dorsal andre back side of our body. Second one is ventral. Ventral means front side of our body. Upper side and under side of the body. We have two portions in our body. Dorsal means back side, ventral means front side. ಹಿಂದಿನ ಭಾಗ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಂದಿನ ಭಾಗ. But here, the thallus, the plant body of liverwort is dorsiventral. Dorsiventral means dissimilar dorsal and ventral side. Not properly back and front side, somewhat dissimilar. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಭಾಗ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಂದಿನ ಭಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಡಿಸ್ಸಿಮಿಲರ್, ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, dorsiventral. Okay, and they are closely attached to the soil. Substratum means soil, base of the soil. Then the body, the leafy members have tiny leaf-like appendages. The leafy members have tiny leaf-like appendages in two rows on the stem-like structure. See, This is the picture of liverwort. Example of liverwort is Markensia. So the plant body is thallus. See, Archegoniospore and Antheridiopore are thallus structure. They will be having leaf-like appendages. See, these green color are leaf-like appendages, and they will be having 2 rows on the stem-like structure. Thallus is present. Okay, male thallus is called as Antheridiopore. Female thallus is called as Archegoniospore. It will be having leaf-like appendages. You can see the leaf-like appendages attached to the soil by the presence of small root-like structure called as rhizoids, and will be having male thallus, male stem and female stem. Example of liverwort is Markensia. It looks like this. See the body of liverwort. It will be having, the body is thallus. It will be having male and female thallus, small leaf-like appendages attached to the soil by the presence of rhizoid. This diagram you have to draw in your notes book. Markensia. Pause and draw the diagram. This diagram you have to draw in your notes book. Example of liverwort is Markensia. Now, coming to reproduction, how do they reproduce? See, asexual reproduction in liverwort take place by fragmentation of the thalli or the formation of specialized structure called as gemma. So, how reproduction take place? Liverwort undergo asexual reproduction by division of the thallus, by breakdown of the male and female thallus, or by the formation of specialized structure called as gemma. You can see here, gemma are green multicellular asexual buds which develop in small receptacles called gemma cup. You can see gemma cups here. You see here, there are gemma cups in both male body and as well as female body. What are gemma? I said these particular liverworts undergo asexual reproduction by division of the thallus. Either male thallus and female thallus will divide and form specialized structure called gemma. Gemma are green multicellular asexual buds. They are small green multicellular asexual buds, moggugalu, which are present inside the gemma cups. You can see the gemma cups here. These gemma cups become detached from the parent body and germinate to produce new individual. Understood? If the liverworts are undergoing asexual reproduction, they break down the thallus and form a specialized structure called as gemma. Gemma are small green multicellular asexual buds present inside the gemma cups. Okay, when the condition is favorable, the gemma cup will detach from the parent plant body. That means they separate from the parent plant body, fall into the soil and form new individuals. Okay, but if they are undergoing sexual reproduction, they will be having gametes. See, male gamete is Antheridiopore, female gamete is Archegoniospore. In case if they are undergoing sexual reproduction, what will happen? They come in contact with each other. Then the sporophyte is formed. The zygote is formed, during sexual reproduction, male and female sex organ Antheridiopore and Archegoniospore come in contact with each other, form a zygote. Zygote will develop into sporophyte, same like bryophyte plant body. Sporophyte will be having foot, seta and capsule. They undergo meiosis, produce spores. Spores germinate to form gametophyte. This is same like bryophyte. So they can undergo two types of sexual reproduction. Liverworts can undergo two types of sexual reproduction. If they are undergoing asexual reproduction, they will form a specialized structure called as gemma due to fragmentation. Gemma will be present in gemma cups. During favorable condition, the gemma will get separated from the plant body and form a new individual. If they are undergoing sexual reproduction, it is similar like bryophyte. Because it is a bryophyte, what will happen? The male sex organ will come in contact with the female sex organ, form a diploid zygote. Zygote will form a sporophyte. Sporophyte, after some time, it will undergo meiosis and then germinate to form free-living gametophytic plant body. This is about reproduction in liverwort. So it can undergo both asexual reproduction as well as sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is because of the presence of gemma, and sexual reproduction is because of the presence of sporophyte. This is about liverwort. Next, coming to mosses. The second one. I said bryophyte include liverwort and mosses. Mosses andre ಪಾಚಿಗಳು. You have seen, I have shown you the picture. These are mosses developed on the rocks, forming dense mat on rock and dissolving the rock to form soil. Mosses. Coming to the life cycle of mosses. Life cycle of mosses, gametophytic. That means plant body is gametophytic. It consists of two stages, somewhat different like liverwort. It consists of two stages. First stage is called as protonema stage. Protonema stage means it is directly developed from a spore. ಬೀಜಕಗಳಿಂದ develop ಆಗೋದು. It developed from a spore and it is creeping ಅಂದರೆ ತೆವಳುದು, like snake, creeping, green color, branched and frequently filamentous stage, look like filaments. Okay, the moss include two type of life cycle. First one is simple, it is protonema stage, which develop directly from the spore. ಬೀಜಕಗಳಿಂದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತದೆ? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಪಿಂಗ್, ತೆವಳ್ದು, ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್, ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ಲಿ filament like structure, filamentous stage. But second stage is little bit complicated. Second stage is called as leafy stage. Leafy stage means it develops from secondary protonema. Secondary protonema ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಪ್ರೋಟೋನಿಮಾಕ್ಕೆ ರೈಸಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಲೀವ್ಸಿಂದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಪ್ರೋಟೋನಿಮಾ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಪ್ರೋಟೋನಿಮಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೈಸಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ದ ಲೀಫಿ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಪ್ರೋಟೋನಿಮಾ. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಲೀಫಿಂದ, ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಪ್ರೋಟೋನಿಮಾದ ಲೀಫಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಪ್ರೋಟೋನಿಮಾ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ದಾಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಪ್ರೋಟೋನಿಮಾ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅ lateral bud. See, mosses will include two life cycle. First one is primary protonema. It is developed directly from the spore. It will be having rhizoids and leaves. Second stage is leafy stage. It develops from secondary protonema. Primary protonema dinda, leaf inda secondary protonema developed ಆಗ್ತದೆ. How? In the form of a bud. Okay. These consist of upright, slender, axis-bearing, spirally arranged leaves. ಅದು ಬೆಳೆಯುವಾಗ ಹೀಗಿರ್ತದೆ. They consist of upright, slender, arranged leaves, spirally arranged leaves ಬೆಳೆಯುವಾಗ. Okay? Then, they are attached to soil through multicellular and branched rhizoids. See rhizoids here. They are attached to soil substratum by multicellular branched rhizoids. This is leafy stage. Leafy stage is developed from secondary protonema. They have spirally arranged leaves. They are attached to soil by the presence of branched rhizoids. See the diagram, you have to draw the diagram. Okay. Primary protonema is directly developed from spores. It will be having small leaf-like structure which will develop into secondary protonema. Secondary protonema develop into lateral bud which will be having stem and spiral arranged leaves, and then the plant body is attached to the soil by the presence of rhizoids. Okay. This stage, the leafy stage of the mosses, will be a sex organ. Okay. They undergo vegetative reproduction, that is by fragmentation, that is by forming bud. Moggu produce ಆಗೋದು secondary protonemದಲ್ಲಿ. Otherwise in sexual reproduction, that same thing, the sex organ, antheridium and archegonium are produced at the apex of the leafy shoot. After fertilization, the zygote develops into sporophyte. Then the capsule contains spores. Spores are formed after meiosis. See here. Okay. So it will undergo two types of reproduction. Vegetative reproduction, that is by fragmentation in mosses. They produce budding in the secondary protonema, develop into a new organism. Sexual reproduction is like this. See, sporophyte. Antheridia and archegonia come in contact with each other. They produce sporophyte. Sporophyte will be having a body that is seta and food seta and capsule. They remain attached to the plant body. You can see here, they remain attached to the gametophytic plant body. Absorb nourishment from the gametophytic plant body. Then they undergo meiosis and develop into gametophytic plant body. That is sexual reproduction. I hope you understood mosses. Okay, mosses life cycle is different. It includes two stages. First one is protonema stage. Protonema stage directly develops from the spore. It is creeping, contains small leaf-like structures, green and branched. Second one is leafy stage. It develops from the secondary protonema. Secondary protonema is formed from primary protonema, develops as a lateral bud. They are straight, consist of spirally arranged leaves attached to the soil by the presence of rhizoid. It also be a sex organ, male and female sex organ, that is antherozoid and archegonium. It will undergo two types of reproduction. One is vegetative reproduction, that is mosses will divide into fragments and form small buds. Moggu produce ಆಗ್ತದೆ, which will develop into secondary protonema. Later sexual reproduction take place. The antheridium and archegonium are produced at the leafy shoots. They undergo fertilization, that is they come in contact with each other, produce zygote, diploid zygote. Zygote will produce sporophyte. Sporophyte will be having seta and capsule. They remain attached to the gametophytic plant body, absorb nourishment. After some time, they undergo reduction division, develop into spores, and spores develop into gametophytic plant body. This is about bryophytes. I hope you understood. It includes liverworts and mosses, their life cycle and their reproduction process. Example of liverwort is Markensia. Example of mosses is Funaria. You have to draw both the diagram. This one and this one. Example of liverwort is Markensia and example of mosses is Funaria. I hope you understood. If you have any doubt, please contact me. Thank you.